This contract at first was seemingly innocuous because there was not this talk of a brokerage firm. That came later. First of all, we were all excited about this $4 million bid that we were going to have to do, and it didn't seem to be one particular part of the Washington State consortium of departments, like the Department of Justice, the Department of Licensing. You know, there's so many of them. And so a lot of court reporters have quite a few of them. And now what this is proposing to do is to create a brokerage firm that will control everything within the Washington State domain, and not only the Washington State domain, it's also going to control county, city, and district. So this is just an entirely new way of doing business, which is very much, we feel, a creation of a monopoly. WCRA's attorneys, and that's the Washington Court Reporters Association attorneys, are very concerned about this because of several reasons. It's monopolistic. It is antitrust. It can have the capacity to put many mom and pop firms out of business, and if you're lucky enough to be a large firm, you may have a chance to hang on. But this is something that can bring down the house of court reporting. For instance, back in Washington, D.C., President Obama just gave a prize to a man who cut $400,000 some out of the court reporting budget. Well, that's a lot of people. That's not like you're taking $400,000 away from Microsoft, which means to them maybe a halfpenny. That's a lot of money. And so, oh boy, clap him on the hand for putting all these people out of business, which I call the Walmartization of court reporting, because that's what's happening. Every time the country, the states try to take away our business, smaller firms, they just get put out of business, and it just goes up, 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 and then finally there's no court reporting anymore. There are several firms in the United States that operate nationally, and they do not have court reporters in this state, but they use our court reporters at a diminished fee. Then all the stuff goes back to them. They charge back a higher fee. They stretch transcripts, which means they, make them longer instead of shorter, and they don't follow the rules of Washington State. So they're making big money off of us, and they're using us, the court reporters, here to do their work. And then we can't even give them, a guy across the street cannot call me up and say, Colleen, can I have exhibit number 3? I have to send him to New York to get it, and it will take him 4 days to get it, where he could get it in 5 minutes. So they're not happy about it. We're supported by the Washington Supreme Court judges and the Washington Bar Association that this contracting, and we feel that this brokerage thing is a component of that. So we're fighting it tooth and nail. The attorneys are trying to send this, they've sent letters to the DES, and they're trying to get a response. They haven't got a response yet, of course. And we are waiting. We're going to be sending another letter through our attorney, and it will probably step up a little higher in intensity, and we'll see where that goes. But just the whole fact of a brokerage handling all firms in the state of Washington is patently unfair and we think against the law. Well, our legal team has pointed out that the state of Washington and the Department of Enterprise Services would be violating Civil Rules 28C and D. We are, as court reporters, a neutral party, and we cannot give one person a huge good deal and not the other person. We're breaking the law, and that's what the legal team is trying to point out. It's not legal. So, you know, like I mentioned before, we haven't even received a response, and this letter was written quite some time ago, so we are upping the ante and seeing what happens then. Because there's a lot of court reporting firms in the state, and they're not like Boeing, they're not like Microsoft. These are little people, and this is what keeps Washington in business. And to try to just take away all that business and put it under one umbrella seems to be a monopolistic way of doing business. It's illegal.